you are an outcast. Your life is worth no more than an old coin. But what exactly, centuries later, made your name the most influential on the planet? Level 1. The Coin Dealer. 1760, Frankfurt. The Judengasse ghetto. Before you stands a wall 4 meters high. The gates are locked from the outside at 8 p.m. On your clothes, you wear a yellow ring, the mark of an outcast. You are banned from city parks. Leaving the ghetto on weekends or holidays means prison. To society, you are second class. Your home is called the Red Shield. Your office, a basement. You are an analyst. You compile and print your own catalogs of antique coins and mail them to palaces across the continent. Your target? Landgrave William IX, Europe's wealthiest collector and a fanatic numismatist. You clean a rare Roman coin. Market value, $5,000. You send the Landgrave a letter. The price tag, $1,000. For 5 years, you intentionally lose money on every trade. Finally, you get an audience. You don't ask for cash, you ask for status. The prince signs a patent. Now, you are a court factor. You officially remove the yellow ring. You are the Landgrave's personal currency exchange. You trade with the nobility directly. No taxes, no duties. Midnight. You walk through the ghetto gates. The guards step back. William leases 12,000 soldiers to Britain for the war in America. Britain pays in gold checks, but they're impossible to cash in Germany. You take the paper. You use your nephews in port cities. A month later, you deliver carriages filled with gold bullion. Your commission, $400,000. Other merchants pay duties at every border. Your carriages are marked property of the prince. You profit from liquidity provision. They pay you for speed. You are Rothschild. Level 2. The Networker. 1806. Napoleon signs the Berlin Decree. Any ship entering a British port is seized. Any trade with the British is treason. The punishment, death by firing squad. You distribute your 5 sons to the key nodes of Europe: London, Paris, Vienna, Naples, and Frankfurt. A decentralized banking network called the 5 Arrows. The British Army in Spain needs 40,000 mercenaries. To pay them, they need gold. Moving metal across the English Channel is impossible. French privateers sink everything. You take the contract. London. Your agent buys $800,000 in gold bullion from the East India Company. You use the French connection. Your second agent is in Paris. He convinces Napoleon's ministers that he is exporting gold from England to bleed the British economy dry. The French authorities grant him transit papers. Your carriages carry British gold through the heart of Paris. You pay France's enemies with money they helped you transport. You build a courier service. You buy the fastest ships. Your mail outruns official government dispatches by 48 hours. You write your reports in Judeo-German. The French intelligence services can't crack the code. Shipping gold takes months. You stop the physical shipments. Bullion is a target for thieves. You switch to internal clearing. An agent in London takes $1 million from a client and locks it in his safe. He sends a short note to his brother in Paris. The letter crosses the channel in 24 hours. The agent in Paris opens his own safe and hands that same million to the recipient. You have moved a fortune across a warring Europe at the speed of a carrier pigeon. Level 3. The Information King. 1815. The London Stock Exchange. 10 a.m. Yesterday, at Waterloo, the fate of Europe was decided. The government's official messenger is stuck in port due to a storm. All of London is in agony. If Napoleon won, British pounds are trash. Your personal courier bursts into your office. He crossed the channel on a lightboat, ignoring the ban on setting sail. On your desk is a fresh newspaper from the Netherlands. Wellington has crushed Napoleon. You have a 24-hour lead before Britain officially learns of its victory. You go to the city. You take your usual spot by the Rothschild pillar. Your face is ice. You begin to sell consols, British government bonds. To own them is to earn a percentage of every Briton's taxes forever. Your brokers dump massive blocks of consols onto the market. The crowd watches your hands. A whisper sweeps the floor. Rothschild knows. Wellington lost. Napoleon is coming for London. Mass panic. People dump their bonds for pennies. The price collapses by 5%, 20%, 70%. You wait for the bottom. 2 p.m. Your agents are hidden in the crowd. You give a barely visible nod. They begin to buy every bond in sight. You are now the owner of 90% of the United Kingdom's national debt. An hour later, the official messenger rides into the city and announces the victory. The bond prices rocket. In a single day, you turned $50 million into $1 billion. You just bought Britain. The government now pays interest on its debt directly to you. Level 4, the debt master. 1875, London. Your office in the city, 10 p.m. A knock at the door. It's the secretary of Prime Minister Benjamin Disraeli. The ruler of Egypt is bankrupt. He is selling his stake in the Suez Canal, 176,000 shares, a 44% stake. Whoever owns the canal controls the path from Europe to India. The French government is already writing a check. Britain has 24 hours. No parliament is on recess. The prime minister has no legal access to the treasury without a vote. Disraeli sends a note. We need $20 million by morning. You eat a grape. You pick up a pen. You sign a check for the full amount in a single evening. You issue a credit to the state at a 2.5% commission. Your bank takes on the risk of the entire British Empire. That single signature earns you $500,000. Britain buys the stake. 44% of the Suez Canal. You gain geopolitical leverage. Now, the British government is officially dependent on your bank. No war begins without your consent. You are the only one who can write a check faster than Parliament can meet. Level 5, the Gold Fixer, 1919, 10:30 a.m. London, St. Swithin's Lane. You enter a room in your own office at New Court. The walls are lined with leather. On the table, 5 telephones, and 5 small wooden Union Jacks. In the room are 4 men, representatives of the city's greatest banking houses. You are the 5th. You sit. The Great War is over. The global economy is in ruins. Currencies are fluctuating. The world is waiting for one number. One number from you. You pick up the receiver. You name the starting price, $20.67 per ounce of gold. The 4 bankers lift their black phones and repeat the number to their trading floors. Silence hangs in the room, only muffled murmuring into the receivers. 30 seconds later, one banker raises his flag, a signal. He has no balance. His clients want to buy more gold than they want to sell. The market hasn't cleared. You watch the clock. As long as a flag is up, gold trading across the planet is frozen. You change the number. New price, $20.70. More calls. Silence. A second banker raises his flag. Now there is too much gold and not enough buyers. You adjust the price again. $20.68. You wait. A minute later, all 4 bankers drop their flags onto the table simultaneously. An ideal balance of supply and demand has been found. You utter one word, fixed. In that instant, the number flashes via telegraph to New York, Paris, Hong Kong, and Tokyo. The gold fixing is complete. Level 6, the advisor. 1984, Downing Street, Margaret Thatcher's office. A desk, an ashtray, and a cup of coffee. Before you sits Nigel Lawson, the Chancellor. He holds a report on British Telecom. The state is losing $2 million every single day. The treasury is empty. The British government is broke. Your task, sell 50% of the company to private investors. The deal size, $5 billion. The institutional banks in London and New York refuse to buy. You have 24 hours, or the government will collapse under the budget deficit. You create the retail tranche. You hire 10 advertising agencies. You launch the Tell Sid campaign. You print 2 million prospectuses and mail them to the mailboxes of ordinary citizens. You break the shares into $250 lots. You implement an underwriting syndicate. You give the government a guarantee. If the public doesn't buy the shares, your bank will buy the remainder. If the market crashes on trading day, you lose billions. Your family goes bankrupt. 15 minutes before the exchange opens, you set the final share price. You use book building. You know that demand exceeds supply by 3 times. You hike the price by 2%. 10 a.m., 2,300,000 Britons become shareholders. You have closed the largest privatization in history. 1 week of work. Your commission, $75 million. Level 7, the Ghost. 2023, Paris. Avenue de Messine. You make the decision to delist. You buy back every share of your own bank, Rothschild and Company, from the public exchange. You pay $4 billion in cash. You close all financial records. Now, no journalist or regulator can track your income. You disappear, Forbes calls. They see your official bank account at $1.5 billion and put you at the very bottom of the billionaires list. You don't contest the number. That is your victory. Your real capital is split across thousands of blind trusts in the Isles of Jersey and Man. Legally, you own nothing. Factually, you control the flows. You use the family office system. Your capital is hidden inside giants like BlackRock and Vanguard. They manage 20 trillion. You manage those who manage the money. Your representatives sit on the boards of the world's 500 largest corporations. You invest in eternal values. Your assets include 500 hectares of land in Bordeaux, the world's oldest vineyards at Chateau Lafite, antique collections. None of it depends on the dollar. These are assets that cannot be confiscated. You are the ghost.